The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Jordan, I learned the most important lesson, which is probably the most dangerous lesson of all, too. The male ego is the most sensitive and most dangerous thing the world has to offer.
Yes.
So I was very...
Just say that again one more time. Say that one more time.
The male ego is the most sensitive and dangerous thing in the world.
Hello everyone, it's Queen V Line back to you with another video. This video is an update to the Raquiah King story. Before I begin, I would like to extend my condolences and support to the King family as you guys are continuing the grieving process of your child and sibling. According to reports, a jury found U.S. Naval Officer Emmanuel Coble guilty on all 5 felony charges in the 2022 homicide of Raquiah King, who was pregnant at the time. Coble was convicted of first-degree homicide, the use of a firearm in commission of homicide, homicide of a pregnant woman, first-degree unaliving of a fetus, and concealing or transporting a body after several hours of jury deliberation. The verdict came after Coble took the stand and admitted to unaliving Raquiah King with his weapon during a fight and then transporting her body from Hampton to Hanover County, where he dumped Miss King in the woods. Despite his admission, Coble claimed her unaliving was an accident. Prosecutors presented evidence showing Raquiah King had told her mother she feared Coble, who wanted her to have an abortion. Voice recordings and text messages revealed that on the day of the unfortunate unaliving of Raquiah King, she had chosen to seek medical care to continue her pregnancy rather than terminate it as Coble had planned. To know that guy thought he was going to get away with it, it just feels good. It puts icing on the cake. Raquiah King's brother, Gregory, stated. In the months leading up to trial, Coble switched between attorneys and self-representation. He started the trial as his own attorney and selected the jury, gave his opening statement, and cross-examined 8 witnesses. Coble repeatedly claimed in court that attorneys and officers were conspiring against him. The judge stated that Coble had waived his right to self-representation and was attempting to manipulating the court and jury. Coble used delay tactics, continuances to keep this case going, and drew it out, so it took a lot to bring this case across the finish line. The Hanover Commonwealth attorney stated following the conviction. Coble's attorney and family declined to comment after the verdict. He faces life in prison when he is sentenced in July. Raquiah King's family shared their gratitude to the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, jury, and community for helping their family get justice. She was a ray of sunlight. She was fun, beautiful, courageous, and strong. Gregory also stated, I'm just grateful for everything. Now you will watch this brief news clip and I will be back with my commentary.
In the form of 5 convictions for the family of Raquiah King.
To know that that guy thought he was going to get away with it, it's like, it just feels good. Like that puts like the, like the icing on the cake.
A jury found 27-year-old United States Naval officer Emmanuel Cobble guilty of killing his pregnant girlfriend and dumping her body in Hanover County in the summer of 2022. He was convicted of first-degree murder, use of a firearm, and commission of murder, murder of a pregnant woman, first-degree killing of a fetus, and concealing or transporting a body. Cobble took the stand Wednesday. He claimed he accidentally killed King with his gun during a fight and did not call police. Cobble also admitted he drove King's body from Hampton Roads to Hanover to dump it in the woods.
He was somebody who wanted to take control, as Ms. Skipper said in her closing remarks, and control was being taken from him with this verdict, and he wanted to take the stand and give one last effort to take control back from the situation, which ultimately didn't work.
Prosecutors revealed texts in which King told her mother she feared Cobble, who wanted her to have an abortion. Voice recordings and text show that the day King was killed, she had chosen to seek medical care to keep the baby instead of going with Cobble to terminate the pregnancy, as originally planned. Cobble's attorney and family declined to comment after the verdict. King's family says they want the community to know she is much more than the victim in this case.
Like, my sister was a ray of like sunlight. She was beautiful. She was fun, like courageous. She was strong.
Cobble will be sentenced for these crimes in July. He could face life behind bars.
Condolences to the King family as you are continuing the grieving process of not only your child and sibling, but the life that was growing and evolving until they were both taken out. Raquiah King made the decision not to aborting her child, and she had every right to change her mind. Her supposed partner, who was supposed to protect, provide, and understand, took it upon himself to be the judge, jury, and ultimately executioner of his partner and his child. Even if Cobley, this monster, yes, I said monster, believed that Miss King should abort this baby, and they had previous conversations and possibly ending the birth of this child, the choice was ultimately Raquiah King's choice to make, and she made the choice to give her child a fighting chance. And instead of respecting her decision and letting the courts handle the support or turning over your parental rights down the road, you wanted to control Miss King and control the situation. And because Raquiah King decided to reclaim her choice and claim her baby without hesitation or remorse, you took it upon yourself by taking out 2 lives in the process. I've said this before and I will say it again. There are persons out here who will court you, who will date you, heck, who will even have children with you and still hate you, and even justify the reasoning to hating the value you bring. Value doesn't always have to equal to money. At times, the op isn't someone that you don't know, or at times the enemy. The op can be literally someone you are sleeping beside, someone that you've had moments with, and they are ready to taking you out without hesitation because you will not fall in line. You will not submit to their harsh and disgusting behaviors. According to the Black Burn Center organization An estimated 40% of black women will experience DV in their lifetime, and unfortunately, 56% of these homicides were committed by a current or former partner. The majority of the homicides of pregnant women in the U.S. are at the hands of an intimate partner with a weapon. Black women are 3 times likely to be unalived by their partners around the time of their pregnancy compared to white or Hispanic women. According to the Mass General Brigham, of the 21 million assault-related injury visits, an estimated 15% occurs during the holiday season, and an 85% during non-holidays. New Year's Eve was the highest for intimate partner violence and altercations, followed by St. Patrick's Day, Independence Day, and Labor Day. Victims may be more vulnerable to violence due to prolonged or increased contact with family and friends, alcohol consumption, financial stress, or unique challenges during the holiday period. According to The Guardian, in 2020, homicides increased nearly 30% nationwide that year. The rate for black women and girls rose 33%, a sharper increase than for every demographic except for black men, and more than doubled that of white women. The unfortunate unalivings of black women and black girls increased across age groups, from school-age children to senior citizens. According to another study conducted by Lancet, found the homicide rate among black women between the ages of 25 and 44 years old increased by 73% between 2014 and 2020. And according to the DV Hotline organization, on average, it takes a victim at least 7 times to leave before staying away for good and exiting the relationship is most unsafe for a victim. I'm going to repeat this one more time. According to the DV Hotline organization, it takes a victim 7 times to leave before staying away for good, and exiting the relationship is the most unsafe time for a victim. And this is why we must listen to victims of DV and not dismissing or disregarding their allegations as it pertains to abuse. We must be mindful that our words do have an effect on others, and we must support them during this difficult time. Again, how many more persons are we willing to lose before we say enough is enough? When are we going to ring the alarm when these allegations come to pass? Are we going to continue the norm of doing nothing? When are we going to listen to black women? When are we going to believe black women? When are we going to protecting black women? It should not only be a slogan, it should be something that we are actively doing in private as well as in the public. I will leave in the comments and description below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to DV. Silence is no longer an option. Say their names, known and unknown. Protect black mothers. Protect black women. Say her name, Raquiah King justice for Raquiah King continue to rest in peace. And as always, please be safe out here. And I will see you in the next video.